All right, Rangers. Massive news at Ibrox today. Todd Cantwell stirring things up with a message to Tavernier after Clement's sacking. Chris Sutton dropping a bold claim about Rangers' next manager, and Sean Dyche's name in the mix, but can Rangers even afford him? Plus a sensational 26-year-old star in contract talks, and Barry Ferguson back at the club ready to mold Nicholas Raskin into a Rangers legend. Stick around. This could change everything. Todd Cantwell could not resist reaching out to James Tavernier after Rangers dismissed Philippe Clement on Sunday. Rangers confirmed their decision to part ways with Clement through an official statement on 23rd of February following a humiliating 2-0 defeat against St Mirren in front of the fans at Ibrox. With a crucial trip to Kilmarnock on Wednesday, 26th of February, the club has wasted no time in appointing Barry Ferguson as head coach until the end of the season. Clement made a final visit to Auchenhowie on Monday, 24th February, but it is clear that Rangers have already moved on from the Belgian. However, not everyone has. Cantwell, who had well-documented issues with Clement, appeared to take a parting shot at the former manager, sharing an Instagram story of himself listening to the song Talibans by Byron Messiah. The now Blackburn player also included a message to his former Rangers teammate Tavernier, seemingly implying that the club captain was also not a fan of Clement's management. "The sun's out, so is our tune," Cantwell wrote, followed by a laughing emoji tagging Tavernier in the post. There is no surprise in Cantwell's reaction, given his strained relationship with Clement during their time together at Ibrox. The former Monaco boss was notably furious with Cantwell and Danilo for a goal celebration against Sparta Prague in the UEFA Europa League. However, the real intrigue lies in Tavernier's stance. Clement backed the right-back through a tough spell earlier this season, yet Tavernier has remained silent on the manager's departure. Cantwell's decision to tag him on social media now raises an interesting question. Does Tavernier actually share Cantwell's feelings about Clement, or is this just Cantwell trying to stir the pot after leaving Ibrox? Chris Sutton has once again had his say on Rangers, this time weighing in on the managerial situation and the potential impact of a takeover by the San Francisco 49ers. Rangers have appointed club legend Barry Ferguson as manager until the end of the season, bringing in a coaching staff filled with familiar faces, including Neil McCann and Alan McGregor. But while Ferguson's leadership is widely respected, there is already speculation about who will take the reins permanently. Reports last week suggested that 49ers enterprises are involved in advanced discussions to invest in Rangers. Just days later, Philippe Clement was shown the door. Speaking on the Monday Night Club podcast, Sutton pointed out the timing and questioned whether a takeover would lead to an immediate managerial change. "They've gone for the old boys to take them on until the end of the season," Sutton remarked. What is really interesting, though, is this talk about a takeover by the San Francisco 49ers and whether that happens or whatever, but also who is the next manager going to be to try and take Rangers forward. There is no doubt that Rangers fans expect a massive turnaround. Sitting 13 points behind Celtic is beyond unacceptable, and major changes are inevitable. If the 49ers complete the takeover, the big question remains, will they stick with Ferguson beyond the summer, or will they bring in their own man to lead the revolution? And here's the real debate. Should Rangers fans trust an American consortium to make the right footballing decisions, or is there a real risk of them treating the club like just another franchise in their portfolio? Sean Dyche has emerged as an early candidate for the permanent Rangers job, but before anyone gets too carried away, there's already a major question hanging over the possibility: money. Philippe reports have already suggested that Clement may have only kept his job as long as he did because the club could not afford to pay him off earlier. If that's true, then appointing someone like Dyche, who won't come cheap, seems unrealistic unless the 49ers takeover goes through. Writing in the Scottish Daily Mail, 25 February, Callum Crowe pointed out that while Dyche's spell at Everton was tough, he did an outstanding job at Burnley, consistently keeping them competitive despite financial restrictions. That kind of resilience could make him a strong fit for Rangers, but the real question is whether the club can actually afford him. If the current hierarchy remains in charge, Dyche seems out of reach. The financial constraints at Ibrox wouldn't appeal to a manager who just spent years battling those same issues in England. But if the 49ers complete their takeover, then the equation changes completely. There's also the matter of style. Dyche's football is built on organization and discipline rather than flair, and some Rangers fans might hesitate at the thought of a pragmatic, defensive approach. However, after years of inconsistency and underperformance, is it time to prioritize winning above all else, even if it means sacrificing entertaining football? Barry Ferguson now has the chance to back up his own words and ensure Rangers do not make a massive mistake regarding Ianis Hagi's contract. The Romanian playmaker has gone from being frozen out under Philippe Clement to becoming one of the most influential players in the squad. Ferguson, a known admirer of Hagi, previously urged Rangers to get his contract situation sorted, warning that failing to do so could be a decision they regret. With reports suggesting that Hagi is unlikely to sign a new deal, the managerial change at Ibrox could be a game changer. Ferguson's arrival brings a new perspective, and if he truly sees Hagi as a player in the mold of Ronald de Boer, then now is the time to act. The club's former scout, speaking to Football Insider, confirmed that Rangers are eager to tie Hagi down to a long-term contract. And why wouldn't they be? With 8 goal contributions in the league this season and a reputation for brilliance in the final third, losing him for nothing would be a disaster. Hagi's current deal runs until 2026, meaning this summer will be crucial. Either get him to sign an extension or cash in before his value drops. But with uncertainty over the next permanent manager, the big question is whether Hagi truly fits into Rangers' long-term plans. Would it be a major mistake to let Hagi leave, or does he lack the consistency needed to be a key player in Rangers' rebuild? Barry Ferguson stepping into the managerial role at Ibrox could be the best thing to happen to Nicholas Raskin. If there's anyone in the Rangers squad who has the raw ingredients to become the heartbeat of the team, it's the Belgian midfielder. At just 23, Raskin has already shown flashes of brilliance, particularly in European competition, where his tireless work in midfield has been a crucial factor in Rangers' progress. Ferguson, who once questioned the hype around Raskin, has since been won over, branding him immense Amschol in the Premier Sports Cup final and praising his relentless performance in the 2-1 victory over USG. Now, under Ferguson's guidance, Raskin has a golden opportunity to refine his game. He has the tenacity, the energy, and the bite in midfield, traits that Ferguson himself embodied during his playing days, but there's still work to do. Raskin needs to develop more composure on the ball, add more goal contributions, and take greater control of games in the final third. With Ferguson leading the way, could Raskin be molded into the next true Rangers midfield general, or does he lack the cutting edge required to reach that legendary status? If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now.